Hi guys. I've just come across this. This is very interesting. As for solutions, he's suggesting forming communals, co-ops to buy farmland and thusly keep control of the food sources. And he's making a very valid point there. Rather than everybody going out and buying land and not knowing what to do with it, he says you've got to get the farmer first and then get the collective together to buy the farmland and stick somebody in there who can commercialize it. Yeah, because otherwise what we're going to end up with is lots of people owning the land and, like I said, not knowing what to do with it. Have a listen to this. This is a very good solution. I'll leave the link below.
Whatever the reasons for that, who knows, but we basically can probably be guaranteed that it's a good asset to be buying into. The other thing a lot of our members and our community are realising is that their superannuation or their retirement fund is invested in some fairly unsavoury businesses and activities. And taking back control of our superannuation and having what's called in this country as self-managed super, and it means we can direct that super away from these industries like coal and vaccine injuries and big pharma and into farmland instead. So that's the vehicle a lot of people in this country are actually using their retirement funds to buy into the farms. So our first farm is nearly 600 acres within a couple of hours of the major population base of Brisbane. It's a beautiful place full of wildlife and fresh water. I'll show you some photos here now. There's irrigation rights on it. It's diversified regenerative farming, suitable for that. Right next to a national park. We've curated roughly 100 co-owners, all throwing 50,000 Australian dollars into this each. And so it's about a $5 to $6 million property all up. This is what it looks like. We took the kids out to make sure they loved it, and this is the outcome. It's a beautiful piece of land with mountains on it, crystal clear running water, drinkable creeks. This is all within 2 hours of major population. Just absolutely epic land that's going to produce so much food. There's our own mountain on it called Mount Lion with the biodiversity, and we've got all this machinery. This is some of the things we'll produce on site. So this is about people really, we're just going to own our food system again. And as part of it too, we'll do ecotourism, we'll do education for kids and pop-up restaurants. It'll be a health and wellness hub also. We'll do some run health retreats out there and detox retreats for jab injuries and so on. But just teaching our next generation not only about community farming, but also about how community can actually work. So there's some high ideals around this. We're doing it through what's called in this country now a corporate collective investment vehicle. So there's a legal structure around it. This is still within, unfortunately, not yet in the natural law space, but we're moving towards that. There is a cash return expected on it as a farm. There's good capital growth, as I said, recession proof, and there's a lifestyle benefit to go with it. So we've been overwhelmed. We announced this and said if we could do it, who's interested? And we got overwhelmed with 150 odd people all said yes, we're interested in doing it. We ended up with over 100 people putting money into it almost straight away. So the uptake on this has been overwhelming. To explore, encourage everyone to look at it in your own regions and own countries, because it seems to be something which is just, it's ready to steamroll. To the extent we're looking now at 5 or 6 more farms in the next 6 to 12 months. We expect to see this happen all over Australia. Key lessons is it's about getting the right people, and the investors need to be values aligned. They all have to share the same vision, and start with the freedom as a real basis of it. We need the right farmer on board first. So start with a farmer and not a farm. You've got to have the right person who knows how to commercialise the farm. The investor finance first is key. Then you go and find the farm once you've got the money raised. You need working capital as well as buying the place. You need to raise working capital. So budget for more than you think. And the other, I guess the reason we've been able to do this so quickly, and I think this is something we've all gained without realising, is that the freedom community, this worldwide community of like-mindeds and people who stood up for something, has created this level of trust and connection which is unique. And
yeah, that looks good. And especially the fact that they're starting with somebody who knows how to run a farm. Because otherwise the land is just going to end up, because the billionaires, they're going to leave the land fallow. They're going to let the land go back to nature. so it's unproductive. You got to make sure that your land becomes productive, Otherwise, it's wasted.